I have had a really great morning. I feel like it's a Groundhog Day how I describe my mornings, but I do feel amazing this morning. I don't know whether it's just excitement that I'm at the end, or all the great stuff that's happened to my body over the last 10 days, but I really genuinely am feeling pumped, feeling happy, feeling healthy, had an amazing night's sleep. I got to have a bit of a slow start this morning thanks to Ash, who took the dogs out nice and early. Yes, I just got up early and read the papers, had a cuppa, and just did a little bit of pottering around home and tidying up, doing some domestics, which I always enjoy as well. I am about to go to the farmers markets actually. All that plastic with the groceries was really driving me crazy. So I'm going to go to the farmers markets this morning and I get as much as I can there for my fruit and veg for the week. Then I'm going to come home doing a little bit of study. So I want to do some study and do my goals for the week, set everything up. That's what I normally do on a Sunday, do a little bit of meal prep. I'm actually going to pretty much be sticking to what I have been eating on this detox, maybe just adding a little bit more protein sourced. Yeah, so I just want to kind of plan my meals for the next few days so I can continue on this amazing trajectory for my body. This afternoon, I'm going to take my dogs for a nice big walk, and then I'm hoping to get to yoga at 4:30. I also want to, with this final video, it's probably not going to be today, but tomorrow, because I want to get my final kind of weight change. I'm going to do a bit of a summary of what I've learned and some tips that may help for anybody else who's doing the Diplomat Detox. So yeah, I'll check in soon. Oh, did I mention I have my green smoothie for breakfast? You probably assumed that. Like I said, this is kind of Groundhog Day by now. Mwah. So I've made it to the end of day 10 and the end of my Diplomat Detox. I've had such a lovely day. I got to walk the wuppies and I got to go to yoga. It was just the perfect end to the week and to the end to the detox as well. I am just cooking up some broccoli and pumpkin for dinner. I'm gonna have a cup of tea, probably have a warm bath, get to bed early, and I've got Pilates first thing in the morning. So looking forward to, continuing on these great habits. I'm going to do a wrap-up video in the next couple of days with my final kind of weight and my overall verdict on the Diplomat Detox. Until then. So here I am at the end of my Diplomat Detox. I'm actually 2 days after now, and I just wanted to do a video kind of summarizing my results and also sharing some tips for anyone that might be interested. There may be nobody even watching these, that's okay. So yeah, 2 days out. Yesterday was really awesome. Basically I ate exactly the same, except I added a quality small portion of protein to each meal. So with my smoothie, I added a scoop of plant-based protein powder. For my lunch, which is my salad, I added a lentil patty. And for dinner, I added some tofu to my stir fry. And it was really interesting. What I found was that those meals then just really satisfied me. I definitely had no hunger. In fact, by the time dinner rocked around, I kind of contemplated not even having dinner because I think that extra protein really filled me up. I felt great. Again, just the energy levels were awesome. Had a great Pilates session in the morning. I was really motivated yesterday and feel the same today. So that's gonna be my plan really, is just to continue to just have the basis of my eating off my list, fruit and veggies, and then just, incorporating a little bit more good fats and good protein sources as well. I'm vegan, so I follow a plant-based diet anyway, so none of that was particularly hard for me. So my overall weight loss was 3.6 kilograms. So I'm pretty happy about that. I definitely feel it. I've had a few people comment, which isn't important, but it's interesting when people can see it in you as well. And definitely feel lighter. When I went for a walk with the dogs after work yesterday, I actually went for a bit of a jog too, which I haven't done for a few weeks, and that felt fantastic. And I think running is definitely something where you can feel if your body is a little bit lighter. So it was a nice little test for that too. In addition to the weight loss, which was not my priority, I definitely feel super energized and super motivated. I mean, I'm generally that person anyway, so it's kind of hard to measure that. But I definitely feel like this detox has kind of renewed and reinvigorated all those parts of me, which is really lovely. As you know, if you've watched the videos, I took the time to kind of look at my goals and plan some things for my future as well, which I think is contributing to that. And I do believe that a detox is a really nice time to become a little bit introspective and think about what you really want out of life while you are nourishing your body as well. Other things I noticed, I feel like my skin is looking a little bit better. It doesn't kind of seem as dry and scaly, and it's definitely kind of the middle of winter and it's been very windy and kind of strange weather here, so sometimes my skin can cop a little bit of a battering with that. Probably the biggest thing I've noticed, anytime I've ever done some sort of detox or some sort of health kick, as much as I hate to say that, I generally at the end kind of feel like I'm just ready to eat some naughty food, have some wine. I've kind of have been thinking about all the things that I haven't been eating, and I'm ready just to kind of treat yourself. But this time I just did not have that at all. I have no massive desire to have a wine. I have no kind of weird cravings. I don't want anything sweet. The biggest thing that I craved, and I'm going to sound like a total hippie here, but the biggest thing that I craved the whole time was tofu. So I was just like frothing to hit that tofu last night, which was really awesome. And I had tofu again for breakfast this morning. So I think that's really positive, and I'm not sure the science behind it all, but I'm kind of reading that as my body is just feeling really nourished. I'm just going to ride that wave for as long as I can. What I thought I would do now is just take you through what I found some really cool tips or hacks for my detox that helped to make it really successful. And I really feel like it wasn't that hard, to be totally honest with you. And I think some of these things are the reasons why. I've got my little iPad here and I'm going to go through them. Probably the first suggestion would be to have a little list. That sounds so diplomat dorky, but have a list of things that you can do if you're hungry or if you're tired or you're kind of, I hate to use the word bored because I never feel bored, but let's just say for argument's sake, bored. And it might be something like a list of books that you've been wanting to read, maybe like chores around the house, things you've wanted to do. So if you're sitting there hungry or you're not sure what to do, you've got something to go to and straight away you can keep busy. I definitely did that, and I feel like that really helped, and it also helped me to kind of read some books that and do some things that I've kind of been putting off for a while as well. The next one is have a project. And have a project that goes for around that 10-day period that is kind of really complementary with the detox process. For me, it was actually doing these videos. And like I've said, I only released them on the detox page on day 9 because I wasn't even sure if I was going to release them because, you know, it's kind of weird to just be talking to a camera and videoing yourself. But yeah, I feel like doing these was just great accountability. It made me really kind of conscious of how I was feeling, good or bad. And I quite enjoy the creative process of editing them and putting them to music, all that kind of stuff. So it was just this nice kind of thread that kept me going the whole way through. Really immerse yourself in the joy of plant-based food. As a vegan, I feel like I love veggies in particular, and I eat a lot of them anyway. But this was just a great opportunity to, you know, try a few different types of vegetables and eat them in different ways, and just really focus on kind of taste, the smell, the look, just the appreciation of them. I just loved that part, and rather than kind of fighting that and seeing that as something that is not great, I really was like, this is awesome, this is my life for 10 days, I'm just really going to go for it, and I'm really glad that I did. The next one is oil-free cooking is a thing. There's a real push in the plant-based movement that kind of whole foods plant-based diet is very low in oil, because a lot of oils are seen as highly processed and not the whole food. So I had heard about this and hadn't really dabbled in it, but I'm so glad that this detox showed me how you can do a stir fry with no oil and it really tastes the same. And it actually kind of tastes a bit better, because sometimes the oil can just be a bit overbearing. You can, if you have an air fryer, you can do roast veggies with no oil. Yeah, I just think this is my thing. Dressings. Every dressing that I made had no oil in it, and it was still just as delicious. So I'm definitely going to keep on that trajectory. That brings me to my next point, air fryer. So I only just bought my air fryer before the detox. Oh my God, 58 bucks, best thing ever. Crispy roast potatoes. Before the detox, I was doing some other cool stuff in it as well. I can't wait to kind of play around with it a little bit more. Buy an air fryer, and then you get that beautiful kind of yummy pumpkin, warm pumpkin in your salad. Air fryer. Can't say it enough, and I've been freaking telling everybody to listen. And the next one is know that you're going to save money. And I really couldn't believe this. I looked at my bank balance the other day and I was like, what? That can't be right. But then I thought about it. You know, I was probably buying a coffee every second day, which is like 20 bucks. I was maybe buying 2 or 3 lunches a week, maybe buying 1 or 2 takeaways a dinner a week as well. That just adds up. That's probably like $100 at least right there. I think that whole foods, plant-based foods, is super cheap. Looking at the positives and focusing on the positives like you'll have and save more money by doing this is a great one. Probably my biggest kind of realization, the biggest tip about approaching your detox is to consider it and view it and look at it as a treat to you rather than a deprivation. I feel like I kind of inadvertently did this, but I really enjoyed this part of it. Rather than looking at it like, oh God, 10 days, I'm not going to be able to eat this, this, and this, and I'm only going to have to live off this, this, this. Look at it like, as for 10 days, I'm just going to be giving my body everything that it needs and everything that it really loves. And I think particularly those first 3 days, even though they were the toughest, but they were the days where I really kind of just hunkered down at home, and I was just really kind and gentle on myself, and it felt like I was like having a spa vacation or something. And I kind of just set up in those few days some really lovely rituals that I just felt were really nurturing to me, like the body brushing, the walking with my dogs, the watching nature. All of that stuff kind of overrode any feeling of deprivation or any feeling that I was missing out on something. And I just felt like it was just 10 days of just loving myself sick, which is awesome. And I think I came to realize that the things like, for me, you know, it was wine and bread were the things that I wanted to address. I realized that they're treating my mind rather than treating my body. I think doing something like this treats your body, and I think obviously in treating your body you're also treating your mind. So every time I'm going to drink wine again, because I do love wine, but when I do that I'm going to just be really mindful of it, and I'm going to be reminding myself that this is a treat, but it's actually a treat for my mind, and it might make me feel good in that way, but it may not be the best thing for my body, and always come back to how I can treat my body as well. That sounds a little bit woo-woo, doesn't it? But hopefully it makes sense to you. So yeah, so that's it. Thank you to anybody who has watched my DDVD. I know there's a couple of people on the detox group who have reached out, so mwah. I hope that somebody out there found this useful, but if nothing else, like I said, it's been a really lovely project just to track this amazing journey. I don't regret it, and my overall verdict compared to any detox I've done is this is the best by far. It makes sense. If you understand PH360, I wouldn't say that I am the perfect PH360 candidate, but there's so many parts of it that I believe in, and this is certainly one of them. So yeah, do it. All right, good luck. Mwah. DDVD, peace out.